When I tell people that the highest paying job I've ever had was as a personal trainer working out of my own garage, they don't believe me. But it's true. I made more money week to week in this garage training clients than I've ever made consistently in any point in my life. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it, exactly how much money I made, and this applies not just to martial arts and fitness professionals. This could apply to any business you run out of a home office, a home salon, or a home laboratory. I turned my home gym into a full-time job with nothing but a smartphone. I needed a Square reader and a Facebook account. Now, it wasn't easy. It was hard work. I'm not going to tell you anything like, oh, here's how you can make $30,000 a month. I made $1,000 a week. I can tell you how to make $1,000 a week. That's not too complicated, but it's also not that easy. Ultimately, I made $1,000 a week, not because of some click funnel. None of this was done online. This was all in-person clients here. Because I delivered a quality service at a fair price, and pricing is the key. Most of you are overpricing your services. People don't like this, and I caught a lot of flack in this area, particularly for quote unquote devaluing the service, because I undercut everyone. I charged half of what everyone was charging. But actually, I could save you this whole video. You don't have to watch any of this video. I can sum up my advice in one sentence. If your schedule is not full, your prices are too high. And if your schedule is full, your prices are too low. You don't need to know anything else. That's it. So trainers are charging $60 an hour and having 4 appointments a week. I was charging $30 an hour and having 30 to 35 appointments a week. So not only am I making more money, I'm helping more people, which is the entire point. There's nothing wrong or immoral with trying to make money at something that you also are passionate about. That was confusing for me at first because this job was so fulfilling. I always felt weird when it was time to raise prices because I got a lot out of this job that wasn't money. But I don't do this for the money, but I need money to do it. Me getting this up to a full-time business and a full-time gig is what gave me the opportunity to open a studio and go from helping 10 people at a time to helping 20 people at a time, and from 20 people at a time to hundreds of people at a time to thousands of people at a time. Making money is how you help more people. So there are these guys who are so confused about what it is. They say they live for this shit, whether it's martial arts or fitness or whatever, and this goes for all artists. This goes for all flaky people who are terrible at making money. You know, martial arts, fitness, artists, like that whole group. So people get stuck in this weird situation where they work a job they hate for a tiny amount of money just to pay their bills. And then when someone tries to pay them to do something they love, they tell them it's $60 an hour. That's madness. No one's going to pay you $60 an hour. Here's what they will pay you. And you don't need a gym. You don't need to work for somebody. You don't need any overhead. I do recommend you get certified and get your license and get insurance, which I did all that. But you charge them $12 an hour and you hold pads for them in the park. And right now you're thinking, I'm not holding pads for $12 an hour. Well, right now you're not holding pads for $0 an hour. But check this out. Now you're holding pads for a dude for $12 an hour and he's starting to get really good and he posts pictures and videos of stuff and checks in with you on Facebook and Instagram. And then he has a buddy come, and then that buddy starts seeing you, and then they refer some people, and then one of them tells you that his wife wants to learn self-defense or get in shape, and now you have another client, and eventually you've got 10 people that you're charging $12 to $15 an hour now, and you're working your ass off for very little money, and then they refer one more client, and you're like, fuck, I can't take another client on, and you're like, it'll be $20 an hour, and they're like, okay, no problem, because that's a steal. Because you've just undercut every other trainer in the area who's giving half of what he's making to the gym or more. I know trainers that make $10 an hour and the gym charges $60, which makes half sound pretty good. Your time is not worth as much as you think it is. You're not owed anything. You have to earn people's attention. You have to earn people's time. You have to earn people's dollars. You can't just say, well, I did this for X number of years. I took this test and I beat these people up on 14 different continents and I can lift 1,000,000 pounds. Nobody fucking cares. They care about what you can do for them and they don't know what that is if they've never seen you do it for anyone else. I once tried to hire a guy. I was looking for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor. I wasn't able or really willing to attend classes at the time because of some injuries I had and some time constraints. So I hit up this guy I know. He works in a fast food restaurant. And I said, and he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor and a really good teacher. And I said, hey, I want to hire you. I want 2 privates a week. Give me a quote. I wanted him to come here. And he told me that he didn't really have reliable transportation. What the fuck, man? Like, if he'd have said $60 an hour, I would have paid it because I know what he's worth. And he could have, used some of that towards an Uber. It's just crazy to me that people won't run their passion like you would run a business in the most efficient way possible so that you can do it for a greater percentage of your time. People, their whole life is their job. And they do the things they love when they can find time. Why don't you make your job the thing you love, and then your whole life is the thing you love? Now, if other people in your area do what you do, they're going to get mad at you and talk shit, and they're going to say you're devaluing the service. But you're not devaluing the service. You're actually trying to find the value of your service, because you guys don't get to decide that. The people that you're serving do. The customers do. The market decides what the value of your service is. And one of the biggest things I did early on is I picked out a couple of people and did a lot of pro bono work for them, start to finish, complete personal training packages. And I had 3 criteria for it. 1, it was someone that needed my service. 2, it was someone that could not afford it. And 3, it was someone that knew a lot of people. My first pro bono client was a hairstylist. She got amazing progress. She worked with me 3 times a week for like a year. And at one point when I was doing this full time, 40% of my clientele was her referrals. They saw the progress that she made. I actually provided a valuable service, and they came to me and became paying clients. So I've always said this, and we'll talk more about this on the channel as we go, so make sure you subscribe. Being selfless is one of the most selfish things you can do.